Okay, welcome back and welcome if it's your first time. I'm not really sure whether it's two or just one character, but more emphasis is lays on the masculine side again. Black, raven-eyed, and again eyes, and black raven hair. The darkest hair you could ever witness, and it suits him just as how God created him. This is a jovial kind of a figure who lights up whatever place he goes to, and people respect him and always give way when he passes by. There is always that festive air around him, and he is the social gene. However, he has like a certain ideal type in his head of how he chooses the person to be next to him. And that is weird, because there is one person almost always next to him who does not catch up with the ideal type list he has in his mind. And he does appreciate that person, only does not choose them as the ideal. Why? Because they do not check all on the list, and he has never looked at that person in that way. And the reason for that is because he thinks that person will always be there. He's taking it for granted that no matter what high or low, they will always be there. But in the meanwhile, always searching for the ideal ones. Those are the ones he wants around him. Mind you, it's not need, it's wants. Those are the ideal ones he wants next to him. That means he could do without it if he really looks carefully with mindfulness, because it's not like they are giving him of any much benefit. The amount of benefit he's getting is less compared to how much compared to the energy he's giving out to the other parties. And what he chooses, he always feels like he needs to chase after, because the choice is not in alignment with his wants. The chosen choice always have their mind on other things apart from him, and are often almost reckless. Yes, they are fun and jolly, and the person who is always next to him always gives thumbs up for the choices, because they also like the festivity of the choices. But that's not all. It's just the nature of the person who is always next to him. They are good-natured in nature. However, was it working out for him? I mean, really, was it working out for him? The kind of choice done most of the time had different ambitions and different perceptions, and the things they valued differed from him. He always had to struggle to keep up with them, to satisfy them so that they would not get away. Always walking on tiptoe, trying to please them so that they would not get upset. Always thinking of others had become a way of sort of like a trade, because it was like friends of benefit. You sacrifice your life and peace and harmony and settle for the less, thinking that that was all that you could get. And if you didn't get that, you start panicking, thinking you would totally miss out. Miss out on what? What really? What seriously? What is really being missed out? What is really happening is that you are actually missing out on what you really deserve by accepting the less. We all make mistakes choosing what really does not benefit us and leaving out what really benefits us. And all because you decide to look on the surface and refuse to go looking further underneath just because you feel too lazy to do some work. And one of them is being patient. No one knows exactly what their future holds, but still we are meant to live our lives as if we will never die, but at the same time, be wary that we should also live our lives as if we will die tomorrow. Hold on, wait a second. What does this have to do with the choices? Yeah, right. Thank you, the Most High. Life is short and not worth living when we make the wrong choices. We would only be wasting our time, and that is not what is meant to be. We need to make the best of each and every second that we have in this life. The minute we were born, the clock started ticking backwards, counting each and every day near to our death. Each and every birthday we celebrate, actually, we are celebrating the nearing of our death day. I mean, who gets young on the way? Does it ever click in our minds that that is just what we are doing, that we are celebrating our death day? Right, with technology, people end up looking younger than they should, but that also does not change their inside. I mean, their bones, their organs. Unless they are disciplined in doing healthy habits that regenerate their body cells, making their lifespan tick to zero each and every time. But how many of us do that? Speaking for myself, I do not want to spend the rest of my life working out most of my time just to look young because they are easy, because it's just sort of like a wastage of time, especially if I am not able to enjoy that time. All my time is just going into working out just to look good. There are easy ways and heavy ways or difficult ways, which generally most people use the difficult ways of trying to look young because they want to either be seen doing those things physically or they are looking for an easy way. And the easy way, which is supposedly meant to be easy, seems too cumbersome for them because initially a lot of energy is needed, spiritually as well as physically. We won't go deeper into that. We can always find the sources everywhere as long as we know what we are looking into. Later, maybe, just maybe later, we could talk about that, about how to look young easily and how in the difficult ways. So our raven black-eyed or black-haired masculine chooses on surface, which costs him a lot of energy in all ways, but in return he gets little to his satisfaction. He looks like he's succeeding somehow in a sort of. Is he a bad person? No, he's not. He's one good body person anyone should have beside themselves, but he's wasting his time in quotes looking for the ideal person in the list. And some of us even get children with our wrong choices, the ones who had been in the ideal list, only to find out later on we did not ask for the crucial things from God, where we wasted them for surface wants that were temporary and in the long run caused you a lot of damage. Yeah, and back to you. You who believes that you can't be wrong. You know what is right, but deep down, you also know that you were just being a coward for choosing what looked like easy. Deep down, you knew the truth, but each and every time overlooked it because your what was, what will people say? The kind of image you portray was always for the other's eyes only. And what about your eyes? Look in the mirror. Look at the man in the mirror. Look at the woman in the mirror. You thought you found your ideal. What about you? Are you someone else's ideal, the one you chose? And yeah, the answer is, you know the truth, no. Because if you had been the ideal one, you would not be unhappy. You would not be thinking of other options. And neither would you be still looking around. Most of us compare our persons to others when we are not satisfied with what we got ourselves into. Even if there had been manipulation, that is past and gone. Now is important. What are you doing about that right now? I made the same mistake. I looked on the surface and I got tangled in a wave that became too heavy to live in. I could not carry it. Neither the other party could not carry it. And in the end, it only ended in resentment among the parties. People have expectations, although we all know if you want to be happy, we need to stop expecting things from others. But still, we are human. We all are human. We have expectations for reciprocated relationships and how we should be happy, but choosing easy way out is all we indulge in, and then it becomes long time burden. Then we allow the choices which burden us further again with their manipulations, just because from beginning we chose and feel guilty of letting them down when everything is just obvious. I mean, for example, let's say there is a guy and he has realized he has made the wrong choice. Now he wants to walk away, but this time the other party is starting to do some kind of psychological manipulation, claiming they will take their life, or claiming they will do something, or they start blackmailing the other person over something which those other people don't want other people to know. And then they still get stuck in whatever they are doing. When I'm talking about manipulation, that's what I'm talking about. People blackmailing each other using psychology. What about, and we just stay there stuck just because we don't want to let the other person down. What about letting yourselves down? Who will fix that? Who will fix you yourself letting yourself down? Do not settle for less. If by any chance you still aren't getting what you need, mind you, it's what you need. It is not a want, it's a need. It is because there is still some work to be done on self to reach what you need, to reach your goals. But not just any goal. Properly, mindfully selected goals is what is needed by our souls, chosen by our souls, not our egos. And of course, in the way of God, in the right way, not the cult's way that exploit people. We can find the right way, and we can find the right steps into how we can go about finding what we need, getting to our goals. We need to find the right resources each and every time. The devil will always make it look tiresome at beginning, but once you catch up on the track, you have a strong foundation that will make your future relaxing and enjoyable all the way for the long run. I didn't expect this to be this long, but that is what is given at the moment, and it certainly is a wide topic that could end up being a never-ending kind of a topic, and it is debatable. We need to take responsibility of knowing how to fix our own mistakes without involving others. so that we know that we have taken responsibility over ourselves, taking responsibility of our mistakes, taking responsibility over the choices that we make, and not on the surface, but looking at it in a mindful way to know if it's really good or bad for yourself. Hope this helps, and till next time, have a great day. And I'm sorry if it seems to have shattered somebody's world about the choices that they have made. But I can't do anything about that. It's unapologetically me. I really care. And that is what was being shown, and that's how I'm guided to give it out. So take care, and God bless.